Hey everybody, just Mr. Karam here again, continuing our sort of video review series here. The last video, the one next to this one on the page, was the very first rhythm and rhythm counting exercise, and that was right here, if you remember. Now, we ran out of time. It clocked me out at 10 minutes, so I'll know now to keep them under 10 minutes. So that's this rhythm here. And then we also discussed briefly and went through our rhythm tree here, where it stems from the whole note and it builds up. And so this is four beats or pulses, 2 beats, and 1 beat each. So that's the rhythm tree. And then what we ran out of time on was this example right here, which was just let's take everything we know and now implement it. So we're going to do that right now. And I'm actually going to use this Sharpie marker again, just to count it. So, as like anytime we count a rhythm or sing anything, we have to kind of make an assessment first. We have to analyze different things about it. And since this is only rhythm, the only thing we have to analyze for is the time signature, which is the far left side over here. Okay, there's a 4 up here, and this right here, again, is a quarter note. The stem is upside down, but that's normal. That's allowed. Okay, so we got a 4 and a quarter note, but in your music, remember, you're going to see this, 4, 4, like that. Recalling that the top note is the beats per measure, and this is the note that gets 1 beat. The BPMs and the INTGAB. So this is the how many beats there are in a measure, how many pulses there are in a measure. And this is the note or the symbol that gets 1 pulse or 1 beat. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we know this is 4/4 time. We know there are 4 beats in this example, and this symbol right here, this note, gets the beat. Okay. So if we go over here and we're using our rhythm tree especially, see, we know that the quarter note, again, is worth 1 beat, and every measure, whether it's sound or silence, will begin on 1. Okay, there's no and before 1 of that measure. It always starts on 1 forever and ever, amen. So boom, we're going to put that 1 right there. That's correct. That gets 1 full beat. So we move right on to the next beat. Here's beat 2. Okay, awesome. Now this one gets another full beat. So then we know the next beat, of course, is 3, right? However, this symbol right here is not a quarter note. Remember, this is the half note, and the half note gets 2 beats and not 1. So that's where the 4 comes in, because this note right here finishes this measure, right? 4 exists in this measure, but we do not say it. And when we do not say something, my preferred method is to put in parentheses. Other teachers will have you do this, 3-4. That's acceptable. Other ones that I've seen are 3, 4, and then you tie them. That's also acceptable. And then sometimes they just write 3 and leave the 4 blank. Any of these are really acceptable, especially these top 3 here, just so I can visually see that you know what the beats are and where they go, and that the 4 is not set here. So then we go over to this one, and it looks, if you see visually, this measure and this measure, it's a mirror image of each other, right? So we start every measure, no matter sound or silence, on 1, okay? In this instance, it's sound, so we leave the 1 like that and not put it in parentheses. So, okay, so you've got 1, and then this is 2 full beats. So it's got to go through beat 1 and go through all of beat 2. So again, a 2 in parentheses. And the dash or the tie are also acceptable here. I know some people in middle school learn this tie, and that's acceptable. That is 100%. I would give you full points for that had you did that on like a test or something. So let's continue. So we've gone through all of beat 1, all of beat 2. Next, of course, is beat 3. Going back to like kindergarten and preschool, you know that after 1 and 2 comes 3. And this is another full beat. So we go through all of beat 3 and we land on beat 4. All right, here's the last measure of this example. Again, every measure starts on count 1. And all of this is sound. There's no silence in this measure yet. So, or in this example, we will get to rests later, but this is a good start. So here's 1. Then we get to this note again, and that's 2 beats. Okay, that's 2 beats. So I'm going to go, again, since this note is a full beat, we land on the next beat, which is a 2. And then we've got to go through 2 entire beats here. So 2, and the second beat we go through is 3. Sorry, that's not very clear, but I'll go ahead and put 2-3 so it's a little more clear. So we go through 2 full beats here. We have 1, 2, and then we skip, or we internalize beat 3. We put it in our brain, but we don't put it on our lips. And then we land on beat 4. And that's another full beat. So each measure has to have 4 beats exactly. No more, no less. Not 3.5, not 5, 4 exactly. Okay. And we'll get into more of that later. But this is kind of our base, is this 4/4 time over here. And with the half notes, remember they're 2 full beats. So you've got to start on a count, and you count through the next example. So let me count this one for you. Here's our pulse. And remember, when we pulse in choir, we are pulsing the beat. We are pulsing it silently somewhere on our own bodies. Okay, so here we go. Here's the pulse, though. Let me audiate it for you. 1, 2, here I go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. And that's the example. Okay, so it's just a nice, simple rhythm, but we learn how to read it and how to be able to look this down, and eventually you'll just go, oh yeah, that's easy. 1, 2, 3, so on and so on. Okay, so this is the 4/4 rhythm with quarters and halves as of right now. We'll get into more complicated stuff later. We've already done wholes. Rests are on the horizon, and then more with note names and stuff like that. So cool, you guys. Best of luck, and I will see you later. Bye.